Hey, what's up guys, Evavera94 back with another action figure review, and today we are looking at the Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch scale, the Mandalorian. This is the child, so a long awaited figure. I'm still pretty surprised that they decided to release this as a standalone release and not just packed in with a re-release with the Mandalorian, since that figure is still sought after and not everyone has it. But I really thought that they were just going to release the child with a Beskar armor Mando, but that was not the case. They decided to release the child first, and here he is, lo and behold. So it's a very small box, literally can fit in the palm of my hands. Here's the side of the box. It shows just the name, the child, and then the back doesn't show anything. There's no read up or little picture like what you normally see on a Black Series box. It's just all the warning labels in all the different languages. And then here's the other side. So there's no number for this figure like some of the other Black Series figures. They're just grayed out. So that's it. So it even has a little peg hook that you can hang on pegs, so it's going to be pretty funny seeing this thing on pegs. But just to get you guys a comparison with the regular box, just to see how small it is, I'm gonna zoom out in a second here, but you can just see how small this is. There it is next to a Mandalorian, just a regular standard size Black Series box. And if you guys are still interested in this figure, by the end of the video, you guys can check out the link down below in the description, where you guys can probably still order him from Big Bad Toy Store. It's up, should still be up for pre-order. So check it out. Very, very small. I mean, this is about 1 inch tall, and that's it. I am zoomed in almost all I can right now, just so I can just get him in frame only. And he's just very small, which is how he's supposed to be scaled, which is good. It's just odd getting a figure this small as a single release, but we did get those Porgs as a single release too, so I guess it's not too odd anymore. So we get him, and then we get this set of accessories right here. It comes in this little plastic compartment just to hold it in within the package, which is pretty cool, I guess. But we get the ball that he plays with on the spaceship. We get this little sippy cup with his soup. There's no soup in it though. And then we get the frog that he eats, or he plays with in the show. Just so you guys get an idea of how tiny this thing is, there's the little ball, the little knob from the spaceship, the little soup cup, just brown, and then we have the frog, or whatever it's called in Star Wars, because it's probably not called the frog in Star Wars, right? But we have some paint on him, which is pretty cool. I guess we get some sculpting on the feet. So there's something on there. It's got the one eyeball. So it's cool. I do wish, the only thing I wish he came with was the hover pram that he is carried with, or carried in on the show by the Mandalorian. That's where we discover him, is in the hover pram, and he stays in there for quite some time. So it would have been cool to have that included as well. But maybe they can include that later on with a, packed in with the Mandalorian or something. But now let's check out Baby Yoda. So of course everyone calls him Baby Yoda, but he doesn't have a name just yet. It's just the child, according to the show. And here he is up front, up close. Take a quick look at him from the back side. And from the sides, from the bottom here, we can see all the numbers and Made in China, Hasbro, all the stuff that they engrave on the figures are all located on the underside of the figure. You see his little feet. And there's the head sculpt right here. You can move the head up so you can take a look at his mouth that was kind of hidden there, and his nose. So that's all sculpted pretty nice. Trying to get it to good focus here. But you can see the ears are painted nicely, and the eyes are painted nicely too. You can definitely see that they painted the eyes, and the detail there is brown and black. But I do want to point out here, took the head out. Not only does he have the paint apps on the ears and the eyes, of course we do get, very difficult to see here, but we get painted hair on his head. I'm trying to capture it here. So you see the little lines there, the white, that's painted for his hair. Of course, we do get that big seam though. That plastic seam kind of gets in the way there, but nonetheless, it's still a good, nice added touch to get the hair painted. Overall, they did a great job with the head sculpt. The head sculpt is pretty much spot on to what he looks like on the show, and I am happy with that. From here, we can definitely check out his articulation. As you can expect, he's not going to come super flexible and super articulated, but he does come with just ball jointed almost everything. So the head is on a ball joint, as you can see right there. So you can just move that around as much as the ball joint would allow a head to move around. So we do get some movement here. Get it to tilt down, look up. You can turn it left and right. So your normal poses that you can get with Baby Yoda here. I keep getting out of focus, very hard to get to stay in focus on a small figure here. But there's the head movement. Of course, you can go all the way around too if you want. And then the arms are on a ball joint too. They're kind of thick though, as you see the ball joint there. So they're gonna pop off a lot on you when you move it around. You can get him with his arms extended out like he's gonna give somebody a hug, but he's not gonna hold his cup. Maybe possibly with one hand if I just put the cup on one hand, but even so it's kind of difficult. See, so you can do one hand, and then the ball could probably fit in his hand too, like that. So you can do that, but you're not gonna get him to hold his cup with both hands like he did on the show. The frog, I mean, he doesn't hold the frog, he eats it, but you can have the frog next to him. But anyways, the arms, they will go forward all the way up and down, and then in and out. Not really, but you can extend out about that far. The hands are also on little ball joints too, so they can move around and they can swivel, and that's about it. So of course there's no leg movement, but I mean technically there is. It's not going to make a difference though. You see the feet underneath here, they're on ball joints too. It's going to swivel, move around left and right. If you so wish, it's not going to make any difference because he's just going to stand the same way no matter how you pose those feet. So that's your articulation for the child. So how does everyone's current favorite Star Wars character scale? Well, this is what he scales like, with Mandalorian next to him, and I think, plant your feet, Mando, I think that's pretty darn good. We're going to pan out here, of course, and get him next to the Mandalorian, and this is what our little baby Yoda, our little child, looks like next to the Mandalorian Black Series figure. That's good. I think the scale is pretty much perfect there. I don't see the child being too small or too big. My fear is it was going to look too big, but no, I think this looks good. And if we move Mando to the left side and add in our heavy infantry Mandalorian, now we can get both of them in frame here, and that's how they both stack up next to our baby Yoda. Next up, we have the child next to Cara Dune. This is also Star Wars The Black Series, of course. And Cara Dune is actually a little shorter than Mando, I think. Just a tiny bit. And, of course, still scales very well with the child here. Next up, we have Star Wars The Black Series IG-11 from Mandalorian. And here is the child next to his biological father, Yoda. Just kidding, that's a joke. It's not confirmed yet, but that's what everybody speculates, right? But this is the SH Figuarts version of it, not the Black Series. So the scale might be a little off, but nonetheless, you can still kind of see what a full-grown Yoda species is next to a baby Yoda species. And just one last quick comparison, I'll just throw in a Stormtrooper next to little Yoda here, and this is a Black Series Stormtrooper too. Alright guys, and that is going to conclude my review of the Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch scale The Child figure from The Mandalorian. This is of course by Hasbro. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. I think this figure came out a lot nicer than I thought, and it's all due because of that head sculpt. Looks pretty much spot on, and it just looks good. So hopefully you guys are excited for this little figure that is coming out soon. I think it's retailed at $10, so it's It's okay for 1 inch and the few accessories that it comes with. I mean, maybe he's a little bit overpriced considering that's half the price of a regular 6-inch figure. But we're all gonna buy the child, aren't we? So we can't really complain. At least it's not something ridiculous like 15 or 20. So with that said, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and as always, have a great day. Bye.